Hey there, church. How you doing today? I have another beautiful day today to serve the Lord. It's a little cool, but I'm not ashamed of that. I kind of like the cool after the warm snap we've had. I'm ready for another warm snap, but this cool's not too bad. I hope that you're doing great today. I'm going to take us today into Matthew chapter 24. Last Tuesday, we were in Matthew chapter 24 at the beginning, and we had that passage that said, "The end is not yet." So we know that we're not there yet. Now I'm going to take us to the end of 24, and at the end of 24, what we find is Jesus telling us to be careful and to watch, to be alert, to be ready, and so forth. So if you look at verse 42, verse 44, and verse 46, yeah, those three verses, and then the material in between. Of course, you can read that entire chapter in 2 minutes, so do that. But those are the verses I want to focus on. And the first one is verse 42. Jesus says, "Watch therefore, for you know not what hour your Lord doth come." Now, he says he doesn't know what hour the Lord comes. And so all of the things that he's mentioned previous to verse 42, those things is what he's talking about here. He says, "Watch therefore, because you don't know when in the middle of all these things the Lord's going to come back." And we don't know. It's not our business to know. And we are not, in the next verse he talks about the homeowner who doesn't know when the thief's going to come. And then in verse 44 he says, you don't know what hour the Son of Man is going to come. And then in verse 45 he says the servant, the wise servant who's the steward of the house, he doesn't know what time the master's going to come back. So he makes it real clear that we don't know when this return is going to take place. And we're in the midst of uncertain times, and perhaps we're looking around saying, well, this could be the Lord's coming, but we don't know. We never do know. Our job is not to know. Our job is to be ready. And that first verse gives us our marching orders. Watch, therefore. The church is not to be standing ready to fight. The church is to be on its knees ready to pray. And we ought to be praying right now because there are a lot of people that are in need, that need the church's prayer. Now, we need to extend our hand of fellowship, extend our hand of help, our ministry of service and mercy and compassion needs to be going out. That's coming up. We're going to be very important in that campaign. But right now we need to be watching. Well, we always need to be watching and praying because these times that they call for a watchful church. Verse 44, he says, "Therefore be ye also ready." Now in 43, he talked about the man who didn't know when the thief was going to come. So he says, you're not to be like that. You're to be ready, always watching. You don't know when the Son of Man is going to come. And then in 45, he talks about the wise steward that's over the house. Doesn't know when his Lord's going to come back. But what does he do? He's all the time taking care of the other servants. He's feeding them. And then in 46, we have this blessing. "Blessed is that servant whom his Lord when he cometh shall find so doing." Let's make sure that in these days he finds us so doing. Watch and pray. Be ready. Be blessed. I'll see you tomorrow. I look forward to it.